Newly uncovered material from House Democratic leader Hakeem Jeffries, Democrat of New York, contradicts his repeated previous denials that he was only vaguely aware that his uncle in the 1990s was spreading anti-Semitic filth. Leonard Jeffries is his uncle. He was then a college professor at City University of New York, and he was facing backlash for falsely blaming, quote, rich Jews for financing the slave trade and for saying that Jews in Hollywood were engaged in a conspiracy to denigrate black people in film. So this is a big story back in the 80s. Jeffries has said in the past that since he was in college and it was the pre-internet era and his parents hid the controversy from both him and his brother, that he did not know much about the uproar. But CNN's K-File found that Jeffries was more than well aware of the controversy surrounding his uncle. He wrote a college editorial in his college paper supporting his uncle, inviting his uncle to speak on campus amid this furor. And he also defended noted bigot Louis Farrakhan from the Nation of Islam. Andrew Kaczynski of the CNN's K-File team joins us now. Andrew, tell us what you found.
Yeah, that's right. So Jeffries and the Black Student Union invited his uncle to speak on campus following the controversy. After this was protested by Jewish student groups, Jeffries actually led a press conference defending his uncle on campus, and he wrote an editorial in which he defended him and Louis Farrakhan, writing, Dr. Leonard Jeffries and Minister Louis Farrakhan have come under intense fire. Where do you think their interests lie? Dr. Jeffries has challenged the existing white supremacist educational system and long-standing distortion of history. His reward has been a media lynching complete with character assassination and inflammatory, erroneous accusations. So that was then. Fast forward to 2013. He's first running for Congress. He gets asked about his uncle. This is actually after he got elected. It's 2013. He was elected in 2012. And look at what he told the Wall Street Journal. He says, when a lot of this controversy took place, my brother and I were away at school. There was no internet during that era. I can't even recall the Daily Binghamton, New York area newspaper, but it wasn't covering the things that the New York Post and Daily News were at the time. So obviously, we see him hosting a press conference. We see him writing an editorial defending him. We look at those Wall Street Journal quotes. We can see that that is obviously severely undermines Jeffries' claims that he told the Wall Street Journal. He's also made similar claims over the years, recently in 2019. And he does often like to point back to that Wall Street Journal interview when he does get questions about his uncle.
Right. So this is 31 years ago, but the denials are not 31 years ago. You reached out to Jeffries' office. He's the Democratic leader of the House. How are they responding?
So we reached out to them. We asked them, does he see any inconsistencies between the comments in 2013, the actual history there? They didn't answer those questions for us. They did give us a statement that said, Leader Jeffries has been consistently clear that he does not share the controversial views espoused by his uncle over 30 years ago.
Okay. Andrew Kaczynski with K-File. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it.